Good evening. This is All India Radio Kohima. I'm John Siantan with Evening News. The headlines. 59 legislators from Nagaland Legislative Assembly cast their votes for the presidential election. Directorate of Health and Family Welfare Nagaland issues advisory on monkeypox. Deputy Commissioner Kohima launches a video on ill effects of single-use plastic. And both houses of Parliament adjourned for the day. Now the news in detail. 59 legislators from the Nagaland Legislative Assembly, including the Chief Minister Nipurio, today cast their votes for presidential election at the Nagaland Assembly Secretariat, Kohima. The oldest among the 60 sitting members, Kejong Chang, who is 88 years old, also cast his vote. Minister for Environment, Forest and Climate Change, Y.M. Yolo, could not vote due to health issue. Meanwhile, both members of Parliament, S. Pangnon Konyak and Tokeheo Yiptomi, cast their votes in the Parliament House. United Democratic Alliance Party, which includes 42 legislators of the Nationalist Democratic Progressive Party, 12 BJP, 4 NPF and 2 independents, had declared support to NDA's presidential candidate, Draupadi Murmu. Chief Minister Rio, speaking to media persons after casting his vote, expressed confidence that there will be no cross-voting among the legislators and that the NDA's candidate will get 100% votes for the state. Directorate of Health and Family Welfare Nagaland has issued an advisory on monkeypox and urged the public to be vigilant. The advisory stated that infected individuals should be managed in isolation. Infected individuals' exposure to surrounding areas should be minimized by covering their nose and mouth with a sheet or gown. Suspected cases should be informed to the health facilities immediately. It is also advised people to avoid contact with contaminated materials such as bedding, clothes or towels used by the infected individual. The advisory further urged people to maintain hand hygiene using soap and water or alcohol-based sanitizers. Common symptoms of monkeypox include fever, skin rashes, which start from face, spreading to arms, legs, palms and soles, lymph node enlargement, headache, muscle ache or exhaustion, sore throat and cough. Monkeypox can cause complications such as pain in the eyes or blurry vision, shortness of breath or difficulty in breathing, chest pain, altered consciousness and seizures, and decrease in urine output. The advisory further informed that persons with significant comorbidities and immunocompromised individuals are likely to be severely affected by monkeypox. Deputy Commissioner Kohima Shanavasi today launched a video on ill effects of single-use plastic (SUP) at Kohima. On the occasion, Shanavas said the video is about the importance of banning SUP and the harmful effects of plastics towards the environment. He informed that Kohima District Task Force, DETF, will be requisitioned the LED screen of Smart City Kohima, while the Pollution Control Board and Information and Public Relations Department will display the awareness clips, which will be also made available in various social media platforms. He hoped that through the awareness clips, the message will be clear and the citizens of Kohima district will cooperate with the DETF in banning the SUP in the district. Shanavas further stated that with the launching of the awareness clips as its first step, the DETF will plan and take up activities as follow-up action in due course of time. Deputy Commissioner Noklak District, Hiazo Meru, said that Nagaland is a salaried economy where the society looks towards government jobs for employment. However, he said employment in the government sector has become saturated and he encouraged the youth to learn skills for gainful employment in the private sector. Meru was speaking at the inauguration of the demand-driven skill development program for the youth of Nagaland construction sector at Noklak today. He said people of Noklak are naturally gifted with handwork such as handicraft making, blacksmiths, pottery making, and even building modern wooden houses. He hoped that the training in the construction sector would benefit many youths to be equipped with skills for gainful employment. Around 50 youths are attending the week-long training program. This news comes to you from All India Radio, Kohima. You can also listen to this news bulletin on News on Air app and YouTube channel AIR News Kohima. Both Houses of Parliament were adjourned for the day following ruckus by opposition members on the issue of price rise and GST hike. As the Lok Sabha resumed at 2 p.m. after the first adjournment, opposition members led by Congress trooped to the well of the House. The Speaker adjourned the proceedings for the day. Earlier, Lok Sabha was adjourned till 2 p.m. due to the ongoing polling to elect the 16th President of the country. Speaker Om Birla said any polling is a festival and the House proceedings will resume afterwards. Rajya Sabha was also adjourned for the day following ruckus by opposition members on the issue of price rise and GST hike on the first day of monsoon session of Parliament. When the House met this morning, Chairman M. Venkaiah Naidu made an announcement that Union Minister Piyush Goyal has been appointed as leader of the House. While making his opening remark, Naidu said his 5 years tenure as a chairman was a learning experience and he tried to do his best. Mr. Naidu urged the MPs to be different and better than they were in the last 5 years when 57% of the House sitting were partly or fully disrupted. The centre today said 818 Pradhan Mantri Kaushal Kendras PMKs have been allocated across the country to promote model training. In a written reply in the Lok Sabha, Minister of State for Skill Development and Entrepreneurship Rajiv Chandrasekhar said out of the 818 allocated PMKs, 722 PMKs have been established, covering 707 districts in 36 states and union territories. The union minister said over 71 lakh candidates have been trained during the last 3 years under Pradhan Mantri Kaushal Vikas Yojana in the country. Around 60 lakh beneficiaries have been benefited through 1,50,000 establishments under Atmanirbhar Bharat Rozgar Yojana till the end of this month. In a written reply in the Lok Sabha today, Minister of State for Labour and Employment Ramesh Swar Delhi said Atmanirbhar Bharat Yojana has been launched with effect from 1st October 2020 to incentivize employers for creation of new employment and restoration of loss of employment during COVID-19 pandemic. 31st March of this year was the last date for registration of beneficiaries. Delhi said under this package, the government is providing fiscal stimulus of more than 27 lakh crore rupees. This package comprises of various long-term schemes, programs and policies for making the country self-reliant and to create employment opportunities. NDA Vice Presidential candidate Jagdeep Dhankar today filed his nomination. He filed his nomination papers in the presence of Prime Minister Narendra Modi, Union Ministers Amit Shah, Rajnath Singh, Nitin Gadkari and NDA leaders. Talking to the media outside Parliament, Dhankar said he never, even in his dreams, thought that a person with a humble background like him will get this opportunity. Dhankar added that he will always strive to enhance the democratic values of the country. And now to the news, here are the main points again. 59 legislators from Nagaland Legislative Assembly cast their votes for presidential election. Directorate of Health and Family Welfare, Nagaland, issues advisory on monkeypox. Deputy Commissioner Kohima launches video on ill effects of single-use plastic. And both Houses of Parliament adjourned for the day. That is all we have in this evening news bulletin. Good night.